Ready to take the next step? No matter your financial need, Goppert Financial Bank is your local lending solution. From refinancing or purchasing your new home, to growing your small business, to taking your farming operation to the next level, we will take that next step with you. Stop by or visit us online at goppertfb.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm here with Yvonne Burbach, right? Burbach?
Yes, Burbach.
And you are fun.
Oh,
It's fun.
not as
Yeah.
wild and crazy as you, girl.
Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. I love your birds.
Well, I
love
do too.
You're the
Thanks.
bird lady, right?
Yes.
Bird and plant.
Yeah,
you know?
I am a
Yeah.
horticulturist.
And actually, you gave us some plants and two,
Pots?
oh, what do you call those at Christmas?
Oh, poinsettias.
Poinsettias.
Mhm.
Yes. So I have one at home doing very well.
Good.
And I had to do some resuscitation on the one up
Oh,
here.
did you?
So I had to drown it in water. Come on,
Oh.
come on, come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
but
punish you if they
yeah,
dry out too much.
Most plants do,
Yeah, a lot
right?
of them do.
right? So at home, I have like a schedule
Oh,
where I just go
okay.
around and water. I have like 4 plants, Yvonne. I know you have
Oh.
like a million plants, but
Not quite.
the one up here, I always forget about because I'm not here
Yeah.
as often. So I need to get Eva on that. I need to
Oh,
get Eva on
give it to
watering.
somebody else.
Give it to some.
Yeah.
No, I want it to survive. I really want it to. But you are a bird and plant enthusiast.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is not just a hobby for you. This is a
No.
full-time
Yes.
endeavor.
It has been my livelihood since high school.
Really?
Mhm.
So have you had birds and plants since high school or just an interest?
I have had birds since I was 2. My mother took me into a Woolworth store at the Blue Ridge Mall.
Woolworths.
Yes,
Oh.
and she said I just had to have that little parakeet, and that little parakeet would ride on my head and
What
on
was his
our
name?
little doggy's head. Oh gosh, I don't know.
You don't know.
That was
your
hundreds of
first
birds
bird.
ago.
Ah,
2 years old.
right.
But yeah, and I got my first large bird when I was 18 years old,
Ooh.
and I still have him.
Which one is he?
Snowball.
Snowball? What kind
Yes.
of bird is Snowball?
He is a Moluccan cockatoo or a salmon crested
Ooh.
cockatoo.
Wow.
Yeah, he's about this big.
Wow. So, okay. You also have, what other birds do you have? You have like parrots and chickens and roosters
Oh my
and
gosh, yeah.
owls and
Pheasants and peacocks and
you have a
fancy
peacock?
pigeons. Yeah, we have 4 peacocks. We thought we had 3 peahens, females,
You
but
thought
we're
you had?
suspecting one is a peacock now. He's turning out to be quite beautiful. And
Well, one of the things that Bob and I learned
Mhm.
up in Smithville, because we went to the Eagle event
Mhm.
and we had a ball.
it was fun.
Yeah, and I just want to thank you for letting Bob hold the perch. He had
Oh.
so much fun, and I didn't put it up because let me watch, and so he watched it a few times. He goes,
We
"Yeah,
got to
that-
explain that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Swoop.
swoop."
Swoop is a Eurasian eagle owl, the largest
Okay.
species of owl in the world, twice as big as anything in the U.S.
Okay,
And at the end of the day, we usually always fly Swoop. And a 5.5-foot wingspan, so beautiful to see fly. And so, yes, Bob got to hold her perch up because she's trained to fly to her perch. And it's beautiful, so majestic to see her flying at you. And that was so cool.
lovely.
You got underneath the perch and videotaped her.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
it
And,
was
and
awesome.
Swoop came right at me, like whoa. So yeah, I just could see the delight on Bob's face.
He was
just
like a kid, wasn't
yes, he was. He loves birds, but we don't have the time. I mean, these birds take a lot of
he?
attention.
They do.
So they're social animals.
Yes, they are.
When I was doing research, and I know you would probably know a lot more than I do, but they said, oh, you have to interact with them at least 2 hours a day. And I'm like, wow, I don't know if I have 2 hours. I mean, 2 hours is a long time to sit there and, interact. I don't even know if humans interact 2 hours a day.
No, I'd say not, but it's best if you have a bird to have them in your living room. Let them
Mhm.
become part of your family. That's
Okay.
very important. And I would always recommend maybe having an extra cage somewhere else in the house,
Okay.
or a perch, a tea stand or something, maybe in your kitchen. And they love to eat at the dinner table with you. Some of them even prefer their
Really?
own plate
Oh,
of food.
well.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, they're a lot like having a 2-year-old child that never grows up and leaves home.
But isn't that kind of a dog?
No, because
No?
a dog will not outlive you. Parrots will. You know, the big blue hyacinth macaws that I have, they can actually live 100 years,
Wow. Really?
ideally.
So they'll outlive you, and what will happen to these birds?
Well, you're in my will.
We'll end up having bird paradise back
There you
here,
go.
you know?
Yeah.
Have to put some windows in on the side,
Right.
you know?
No, I do have a
Charge
will
for tours.
them. Yeah. Anybody that loves one of my birds in particular
Yeah.
gets it.
Mhm.
And being that we are a 501c3,
Mhm.
they are to go to another similar nonprofit.
Okay,
Like
so
we
tell
are.
me about your 501c. So
Excuse me.
you have a nonprofit, for what?
Well, of course, it's a community effort
Mhm.
corporation.
Mhm.
And so we give a lot to the community. You know, we do some displays around town, and we were just up here recently at the Rooster Cafe, or
Oh, really?
whatever it's called up here. Yeah,
Yeah?
Amy's place. And,
Okay.
that was kind of fun, but it was
What
kind
did
of
you do?
spontaneous. We just had some birds up there, and
Really?
people were going by going, "Ah, there's a bird, you know, there's some
Yeah.
parrots there."
So was
And
this outside or in?
it was outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so a lot of people stopped and just asked questions. And it's always an educational thing. And that's
Right.
what's great, because, you know, we will only save what we are aware of
Okay.
or what we understand.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So let us know what needs to be saved.
Well, definitely the rainforests.
Okay, well, the rainforest. So
because
do you
that's-
contribute to the rainforest through your nonprofit?
I believe so, because of the educational benefits that we give to children. You know, at schools, when we do full school assemblies, you know, we do a lot of connecting, you know,
It's
geographically.
awareness
Yes.
of what's going. Tell us what's going on. What's going on with the rainforest?
Oh,
What's
it's
going
so
on?
sad. If you could ever go there, of course, to me, I did rainforest photojournalism for 30 years.
Wow.
Well, 28 years.
Wow.
And it's just heaven. It's so beautiful, breathtaking. And we have only studied 1% of the rainforest. And who knows what, you know, benefits, I mean, even medicinal plant properties that we might be lacking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some countries like Peru,
Uh-huh.
that's all they use, you know,
Yeah.
are medicinal plants.
Okay.
And
Really?
yeah, they're
Okay.
deep into shamans and things down there, and that's really interesting. I did get to go into a shaman's hut one time. That was in Panama, though.
You know, my nephew, Cody Richards, which some of you might remember, he graduated from Pleasant Hill. He is engaged to a Peruvian,
Oh,
and her family lives down there.
oh, nice.
So, yeah, I would love to ask them some questions about the medicines
That
they
would be
use.
very
That would
interesting.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know when they climbed Machu Picchu,
Mm-hmm.
they got some coca. Was it coca? Is that what
The
was right?
chocolate?
Yeah, or whatever. It was a plant or something that it was a tea to help them get.
Oh, yes, the altitude.
Yeah, it
sickness,
helped
yeah.
them to climb that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I was just floored. I'm like, what they give you?
It
You
is.
know?
It is so high, the altitude up there. You see people passing out.
Have you ever been there?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yes, people pass out because they cannot get enough air,
Wow.
and so you do drink this tea, and it does help. I didn't have any problem with it, but
Yeah.
it's
With going up the mountain, you didn't have any. Do you have pictures?
oh yeah, of course.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You're so lucky. That would be a dream of mine to go up the Machu Picchu.
Oh,
It looks so beautiful.
It is. Yeah, you should go.
And then there's the engineering and all of
Oh.
the things that people knew back then. We think we're so, in front of science.
There are so many marvels of what they have created centuries ago and
Right.
everything.
Sometimes I wonder if we've
pyramids
complicated it.
Oh, no
by
doubt.
all of our science.
No doubt we have. Yes.
It's like, wait a second, it's flooding
Yeah.
over there all the time.
And you see
we can't fix that.
the locals, they just go brrr, right up those mountains.
Wow,
barefoot.
because they're used to it.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, we don't go barefoot here. Well, my son does all the time, but
Good
he's
for
probably
him.
the only one. Yeah.
Now, how did they meet?
Who?
Your
Oh,
son and his
oh
fiance.
no, this is my nephew.
Oh,
How'd
your
they
nephew.
meet?
Yeah.
They actually, okay, so he went to chef school, Cordon
Okay.
Bleu, whatever,
Oh, okay.
And so he went out to somewhere in Denver in the mountains, Estes Park or somewhere around there. I don't know exactly the name of it. She was hired and going to school, so they met out there.
Nice.
Yeah, and they fell in love, and they've been together for a few years now, and now they're getting married this summer in Colorado.
How
right?
exciting.
I mean, I'm excited because my sister, she texted me the other day, and she says, "You have to take a couple days. We're going to go White River rafting."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm 52. Do I belong on a raft going down the White
definitely,
Rapids?
definitely.
So Bob and I told Bob, and he's like, okay, this is what we're doing next summer.
I'll tell you what, Peru is one of the main places for vortexes, the high energy areas. And my
What's
parents.
that mean?
Well, have you been to Sedona, Arizona?
No.
Well, my grandparents
sounds
bought
like
a place
song,
there.
Sedona, Arizona.
In 1970. Now it's so overpopulated. It's
Yeah.
nothing like it used to be. But
Yeah?
you used to be able to go places and you would just get energized. Well, while I was
Really?
in Peru, I went whitewater rafting up the Urumba River, which flows south to north all the way up to Machu Picchu. Okay.
No way.
And I'm in this
How
little
do you
boat.
flow up?
Well, yeah, there are some rivers that flow south to north.
Okay.
And
All right.
at a time after the big earthquake here in Missouri, our river flowed the different direction.
I didn't know that, Yvonne.
Yeah. And so anyway, here I am in this boat with these guys, and I'm going, the air so
Yeah.
thin, I'm going, oh my God. But I'll tell you, that night, I felt like I was 18 years old.
Aw.
And this was just in the 90s. So,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
I wanted to go out and boogie. I mean, I felt just so good.
Okay, I am going to go.
Yes.
I have to go White River
do.
rafting
You do.
in up Machu Picchu. I want to feel that way again.
Oh, gosh.
yeah, because man, wouldn't you like to go back with what you know now
Oh, yeah.
and
Yes.
have some fun? I would
Definitely.
be so.
I'll tell you
so
something
less-
else that was kind of fun that I did. I went horseback riding,
Yeah.
and I went to see some of the ruins, the back way.
hmm
Not on
Really?
the roads,
oh,
but the back
on the
way.
back way.
Yeah, on horseback.
Wow. Oh, let me ask you, where do you go to the bathroom?
Well, they
When
have
you go back-
bushes.
Yeah.
No.
Is there electricity? I don't know. No. Yeah, I'm just wondering. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
at my age, sorry.
The strangest,
any age,
the
you have to
strangest
go, right?
place that I remember bathrooms was in Greece.
You went to
know.
Greece.
Yeah, a long,
tell
long
me
time
more.
ago. Oh, that was when I was pretty young and dumb, but a hottie. I was a hottie back then.
I was a hottie back then.
Yeah.
So-
there was I was dating two guys, and one was in charge of maintenance for Continental Airlines here in the States, and so where was I going with this? He was then moved to Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
and wanted me to marry him. Well,
Mm.
I didn't, one, love him, so no. But secondly, nor did I want to live in Saudi Arabia.
No.
And so I met him in London to go sailing. He was a sailor.
oh, wow.
So he sailed the Mediterranean, and was coming back the Aegean Sea.
Yeah.
Well, I got a horrible infection because if you've been on this was a 34-foot
Infection.
Sadler sailboat, okay?
Okay.
And after you've been on the water for about a week, the bathroom's kind of, and so I was urinating in the ocean, and
Well,
you-
that's an interesting.
I don't know what all I can say here on the air, but when you stop urinating, your urethra,
Yeah.
and so I got a horrible bladder infection, went up into my kidneys, and I
So
almost
because of the
died.
water in Greece.
It's so dirty. It's a dirty, dirty country. Beautiful,
Oh.
but dirty. It's a
Well,
very
it's
old country.
Kind of like those people that do that in certain places and get parasites.
Yeah, like in
Yeah.
Peru.
Yeah.
Brazil.
In Brazil.
Yeah, my Edward Jones guy, that happened to him. and he
Oh.
almost died because of that little parasite went up his. And nobody realized it for months until he went to this one female physician, and she recalled, hey, let's check for this.
Uh-huh.
And sure enough, that's what it was.
That poor guy.
I know. Right this moment, he's in Belize right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
he didn't give up.
No.
God would admire that. He didn't give up.
He was on a boat, not in the water, but on a boat.
Where else have you been?
Oh, my another really favorite trip was in northern Australia. We were up in the Cape York
Wow.
area, which is the northeastern tip.
Yeah.
There's no civilization for over 2,000 miles. And it was really amazing. I mean, seeing the Milky Way, it's just, oh my gosh. You see twice or more as many stars. It's just, I tried to take a photograph of it with my camera with shooting 30 seconds in one little shot. It didn't come out. I'm not that good of a photographer.
So you just have
but-
your memory.
Yeah, it's up here.
Oh. Does it still exist, or has civilization hit it? you think?
Oh no, it's far from civilization, but there's been encroachment, of course. You know.
Yeah, I would love to go. That would
You
be
should.
amazing.
You should.
I want to see,
See,
the stars.
it's hard for me now because I've had knee replacements and back surgery.
Oh, do you have to
know.
climb there?
Oh no, we hired a couple guys with a big truck with a manifold on the top so we could go through the rivers, and they set up camp for us so we could go
Is
out
it
birding and
dangerous?
stuff. No, not at all. Not at
Oh.
all. Well, there was one time when I was shooting with my video camera some flying fox bats, you know. They're very peaceful, beautiful mammals, and they're waking up, you know.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
hanging upside down by these trees, and it's really funny because they wake up and they stretch their wings and they'll hit the guy next to them and go, hey, yeah. And to me, it's funny because I compare it to a crow roost. Have you seen a crow roost? Well, there's hundreds of crows that you'll see them
You
flying.
mean they're roosting?
Yeah,
Okay.
they fly at 4:30. You'll see them all flying. I think it's to the west
Morning or evening?
in the late
Yeah,
afternoon.
late afternoon. Okay.
And you see them like around the plaza and stuff.
Oh,
And-
here.
Yeah, here.
Oh.
And you'll see lots of crows on a branch, and
Okay.
here comes an incoming crow, and they go,
Yeah.
oh, hey, what's happening? And they're so ruckus all the other time. Well, here's these peaceful bats, and they touch each other and they go, "Bah, bah, bah, bah." But anyway, so I have on this sundress, and I'm sitting on the ground videotaping these bats waking up. And when they all fly off,
Yeah.
I get up, and underneath my sundress was this big brown snake.
Oh my goodness.
I had more than that to say.
Oh.
Because there's so many venomous snakes in Australia. I had no idea
So you didn't know
what kind it was,
Okay.
but
okay.
it was still a snake. I'm not
What
really
kind
afraid
of
of
snake?
snakes.
What kind of
but
snake was it?
I have no idea.
You don't know.
Just a
Still
big
to this
brown
day, you
snake.
could have been very close to death.
No, I did encounter one of the two most venomous snakes in all the Americas in Panama.
Oh.
Yeah, we.
You've been everywhere.
This is kind of fun telling my stories.
I love this. I hope you guys love this. This is great. We're here in Pleasant Hill, so please.
Well, in the
Take us somewhere else
afternoons in the
for a minute.
rainforest, it gets really, really hot.
Yeah.
And so we decided this day to stay out and just kind of hang out. And so we were walking this river. It was up the pipeline road where they captured Noriega
Okay.
in Panama.
Okay.
You're too young for that.
Well, I remember it, but I didn't care at the time.
okay.
You know,
Well,
I would now.
You need special permission to go up the pipeline road.
Okay.
And so anyway, we were walking this river, and we see this little movement coming towards us like this. And it gets closer.
Yeah.
And we know it's a snake, okay? So then we see that it has X's that don't meet like this.
Okay.
And then we know it's a fer de lance.
Mm.
The fer de lance, when you get bit by it, if you don't have the antivenom, you will bleed to death. It desiccates your muscles and everything inside you so quickly. It is horrendous. I mean, they are horrible from the moment they are born. I think they're live born. But anyway, so we knew that they would strike when they coiled. And so he was coiled, and we had but we couldn't remember, did they strike in water or out of water? So we had one foot on the ground and one foot in the water. Doesn't that sound silly?
Yeah.
And I'm with a wildlife biologist, okay?
Okay.
But we just couldn't remember. So 5 minutes we're sitting there and this snake is just smelling us with his tongue, And
How do they smell with their tongue?
I don't know. It's just
But
what
they can.
God created. Yeah, that's how they
they're
smell.
actually sniffing
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
not
they
tasting.
smell with their tongue. They
See,
stick their
something
tongue
you
out.
just you learn something every day. I mean, I had no idea.
And so anyway, we're like not moving at all. And so finally the snake turns around and starts swimming away. And so what's my friend do? I'm going to get a picture of this. He starts going after. I go, get your butt back here. He'll kill you.
It's like,
Oh,
that
gosh.
picture would be worth your life.
Yes, it could be.
Just a little bit.
It could be.
So tell me why Pleasant Hill?
Oh, because I married a guy that lived here.
Oh.
And through the years, I'd had friends that lived out here, and they always said, you should move out there with your animals, because I'd lived in Kansas City and Independence.
Okay. It's nice because you get some land,
Yeah.
but yet you're near the city, so you can enjoy the amenities of the city as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Over COVID, though, we've been kind of exploring more of Pleasant Hill, and we've gotten used to just eating here.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of go to Kansas City less.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's more of a trend.
I do too. And this beautiful downtown area
Oh, I
is
know.
thriving more. Isn't it exciting? And
Well, we have someone going in next door that
Mhm.
bought the Bricker's Place.
yes.
Petals, I can't remember. I think that's the formal name. Petals. It's a floral shop
Yeah.
going in across the street.
Yes, that looks nice.
There's an estate auction place going in over here.
Really? Oh, that'll
Yes.
be fun.
Yeah. I mean, and then these two people from California bought the place across the street that used to be the steakhouse, and it's going to be an event center, and they're going to create events.
Oh.
Like they'll have events, and then people can
Nice.
come to them. But they are so excited about coming.
Oh.
They haven't moved here yet, and they're both English people, not
Oh.
English Britain people.
Oh.
They're like they teach English.
Oh,
They're
I gotcha.
professors or
Okay.
high school, or both of them are.
Well, I'll have to
Yeah.
get with them on a tropical theme.
Oh
If they ever have something
Yeah,
like
you know
that.
what? Having a bird event would be very cool.
Yeah.
Dinner in the birds.
Well, we've been in weddings and stuff. We've had our owls
Really?
deliver the wedding ring. And
Are you kidding?
oh, no.
Oh,
we'll do
that is so cool. Well,
Yeah.
if you need an owl to deliver your ring at your wedding this summer,
That's
because
right.
everybody's about to get engaged, right?
Yes,
February
or
14th.
even a bird that says, I love you.
Would that be Charlie?
Well, Charlie does say it.
He
We
says,
have several
"Hi."
that says it, but the most romantic one that says it is an Amazon parrot.
Oh,
He says it just like
we'll have
that.
to go out there and film that.
Oh,
you have
that'd
to
be
you have to
fun.
document that, Yvonne. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But Charlie, does he say hi?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Charlie
Hi.
says a lot of things.
Hi.
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.
I watched this one. It's cockatoo, right?
Yes.
Okay. I watched this one. His name's Max on YouTube, and they put stuff up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just am in love with them. I'm just in love with cockatoos now. And in Australia, I think it was that they have them by the flocks.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only been used to seeing them as pets, but they actually are wild too.
Oh, yeah.
And they just come all, these balconies are there, and there's like 10 of them right across the balcony.
Yes, yeah.
I'm
The
like-
Aussies think we're crazy for keeping them in cages.
Do they really?
Yeah, because they have them in their
They have it.
backyards.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like squirrels. We have pet squirrels,
Yeah.
They're not as smart. They're not
No,
as smart.
not at all.
But I guess if you don't have them in flocks, of course you would have them in one.
Mhm.
They're social animals. They're
Yeah.
great.
Now, birds like Charlie, they come from Indonesia,
Okay.
which is real close to Australia, of
Okay.
course. So yeah, there's even black cockatoos.
Oh, they have black cockatoos?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
They're beautiful too.
Right. Okay, so how many birds do you
And
have?
pink cockatoos.
How many birds do you
Now
have?
I'm down to 40.
40 birds.
Yeah, my goal is I'm going to get down to 20, which will be very manageable for me because I've always had a large number of birds because I've always done displays and exhibits and shows and things like this, for trade shows and stuff. And you need a lot of birds for that.
Yeah. How many birds do you think you need? Maybe 5?
20?
You need 20 for a display?
Oh, yeah, that's plenty.
I was going to say
Yeah.
even 5, or if one is really talented.
Well, I mean, usually, a toucan.
Oh, I forgot you have a toucan.
Yeah, the owls.
She has a toucan.
Yeah, Tiki Toko Toucan 2 is his name.
Oh, well, okay. So can I call him Tiki? Because I'm
Of
not sure I
course.
can remember all of that.
Tiki,
Yvonne.
yeah,
So,
Tiki.
well, tell everybody about your nonprofit, how they can get involved. And-
Well, we can always use volunteers.
oh, if you like birds,
Yes,
you know that
it's
there
a
can be volunteers.
great place to learn about birds, Connie, because you can learn about different food sources. There's species-specific diets
Uh-huh.
that you need to learn about, and every day we chop up fresh vegetables and fruits for them.
Mm.
And of course, the owls.
No more roadkill.
Well, no. You must have heard the story.
You said something about it.
Oh goodness, yes. When I first started keeping owls, I would pick up roadkill, but
Hey,
no,
you know,
we don't do that anymore. But
the other owls will get it.
I told Connie that I got caught one day holding up something, and this family went by in a car, and they go, "Why, look at Ellie Mae gonna have possum stew." It was so embarrassing. But no, we buy food from them that.
You should have put a yellow vest on. Oh, I work for the city.
There you go. I didn't think about that.
This is my job.
But when you buy food from places that raise them specifically
Yeah.
for food,
Yeah.
they don't have parasites in them. Anything on the ground can have parasites in them.
Oh, okay. So
that
yeah.
is, even freezing them doesn't get rid of the
But
parasites.
vultures will eat stuff with parasites.
Vultures have an incredible digestive system.
Okay.
And so they can get rid of that stuff. They can
Okay.
eat things that are, dead for a couple of days.
Owls can't?
No, they kind of like a fresh kill.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So they dive in for the mice and little rodents, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the owls I have, their favorite food source in the wild are the roe deer and the Eurasian mountain goat.
oh.
they don't
It has to be Eurasian mountain goat.
Yes.
So is it from Eurasia or do
Yes,
we
the mountain goat
breed them?
Yeah.
How do you get Eurasian mountain goats?
Well, they don't eat that in captivity. This is in the wild.
Oh, in the wild.
yeah,
okay.
they come from Europe, Asia, Russia. and
But we don't
Northern
have
Africa.
Eurasian mountain goats.
No, well, I don't give them that either.
Oh, okay. But they
I-
do like it in Eurasia.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they actually will fly up to a cliff and grab a goat by the leg, and they fly off with it and they drop it. Meh. And then they fly down there to the
That
down
poor
the bottom
little
of the
goat.
canyon.
Now I'm like, oh,
I know.
I don't want to go to Eurasia and see the owls. They're mean.
And then have you seen, like the Native Americans when they dance and they do the eagle dance and they're doing like this?
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that is, they're imitating like either something going to war,
Yeah.
because this is a threat posture with
Yeah.
eagles and owls. Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah, they look their
They look
biggest
like
when they're
this?
doing this. They
Okay.
go, like this,
Yeah.
and they even hiss.
Yeah.
And so that's what they do when they're protecting their prey.
Okay.
They're making themselves look big because there's other, animals, wolves
Do their
or
wings
coyotes.
their wings don't go like this. They go like
They
this.
go like this, and their
Okay.
feathers are out.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen Swoop how she
Right.
can lift her feathers,
Yes.
individually to make herself.
Well, I
look
noticed that
bigger,
when
too.
she was hot, she fluffed up. Too.
Yes,
That was
yeah.
kind of cool.
You know
yeah.
why? Well,
Let
her-
air in.
That's right. That's air to her body. Good job. Good
I don't
job.
know.
Yeah,
That's
their
what
body-
I do.
Yeah, their body temperatures are 106 degrees, and they don't have the mammalian glands to sweat.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so you saw
106
her.
degrees.
Yeah, you
Wow.
saw her pant.
Yeah.
You saw her
Yeah.
throat move one time.
So
And,
being out in the hot weather is probably not a deal for them out here, but cold.
They love the cold. They actually live in the high mountains in
But the
like
owls
Russia.
here are. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. She loves
can
to
keep
play in
warm?
the snow. Hmm.
They play in the snow.
Yeah, she likes the snow. Well, my friend Dana Savarelli,
Yeah.
he has one,
Okay.
and his lives outdoors year round.
Okay. So tell them how they can get a hold of you.
Well, we have a website, wingsofloveinc.org,
Okay.
And our number's on there. Plus, we have a contact us page.
Okay.
And that's the easiest way.
And you can donate.
Oh,
or
yes.
you can
We have a
donate funds. You can donate your time if you love birds and want to learn more.
Yeah.
Go to wingsofloveinc.org. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's been
Thank
fun.
you.
Thank you. And thank you for listening,
Yeah.
everybody.
I'm Connie Whitlock. This is Yvonne Burbach. And this is View from the Hill. And thank you for joining us.
Adios.